All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the QueenAShakur TV show. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is your daily vitamin. So let's get into it. This is a very sad story. Now, a mother walked into Festus Police Department after taking the life of her two children. Okay, and this is according to the sheriffs. Now, this happened in Jefferson County, Missouri, where a woman arrived at the Festus Police Department on Tuesday morning after two children were killed. Now, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department gave this information saying that she was officially charged on Tuesday evening. Ashley Parmalee, age 36, of Pavely, is charged with second-degree murder. Okay, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Thomas E. Hollingsworth said that she's requested to be held without bond. Okay, so this is all real crazy. This woman walked in and just turned herself in after she took these children's lives. And this is her on the screen. Now, they say in an afternoon press conference, the sheriff's department said a woman arrived at the police department stating that she had killed two of her children. Officers discovered that one of the children, 9 years old, was inside the car parked outside. They went outside and attempted life-saving measures, but the child was pronounced deceased. Police said it is possible that the child was shot in St. Francois County near Highway E. Now, Parmalee's clothing was wet when she entered the police station. Upon further questioning, the officers went to the area of Timber Creek Resort in rural Festus, where they found another deceased child. And this one was only 2 years old, victim of a drowning in a pool of a water fountain. Okay, and they again attempted life-saving measures to no avail. Wow, this is really terrible. This is really terrible. And you know, how many stories have I reported on about people taking the lives of innocent children? I mean, specifically their own parents. This is absolutely egregious. Now, authorities made these two gruesome discoveries Tuesday after the woman walked in, as I said. And they go on to say that Marshak said officers search for a third child who has been found safe. Now, Parmalee was arrested and the deaths are being investigated as homicides. Authorities have not disclosed a possible motive. Now, Parmalee is currently only charged in connection with her son's death, but the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says it intends to ask prosecutors in St. Francois County to charge her in connection with her daughter's death also. Now, the Festus School District confirmed that the girl had just completed third grade at Festus Elementary. This is what the station reported. These poor children. And so they had a press conference, which I'll go to that in just a moment. Okay, and as you can see right here, a lovely area. You would not think that such nefariousness would go on there, I'm sure. Looks like a quiet, nice place. And but you know, nonetheless, this is the area where the crime scene, or where the crime occurred. Okay, and you can see they have it blocked off. And so really sad set of circumstances. Now, I'm going to go to the press conference. And please be sure to get those likes up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance. I'm going to put my overlay on the screen so I don't have any problems or issues with ScrewTube.
Police department sharing information on an unfortunate tragedy. A little after 10:30 this morning, a female responded here to the Festus Police Department and advised officers that she had shot one of her children and drowned the other. Officers were able to question her a little bit and determined that the victim that had been shot was actually in the vehicle out in the parking lot. Officers immediately ran outside, attempted life-saving measures for one of the children, and were able to gather enough information to alert the Sheriff's Department that the other victim was likely located in our jurisdiction, south of Festus. Officers immediately responded to Timber Creek Resort off Highway 67 in rural Festus, located another deceased child, apparent victim of drowning, and attempted life-saving measures again on that child and were unsuccessful. This is very early in the investigation. The female victim, who reported the death of her children, has been taken into custody, and is currently at the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office jail, where officers are attempting to learn more about this tragedy. I know there are many questions at this time, but during the course of the investigation, as early as it is, we have been unable to make next of kin notification for members of the deceased, and so we're not prepared to release information related to the identification at this time, which would include ages of the deceased children. As you can appreciate, this situation is a tragedy for our community. It's a tragedy for the family and the victims and anybody that knows this family. Again, we're prepared to hopefully share more information around 4 o'clock this afternoon. We hope to have the identities that we can release, but very early in the investigation. I'm happy to take questions.
Was there a gun recovered?
A firearm was recovered within the vehicle. And again, we're not prepared to discuss more information related to the firearm at this point.
You said a female victim or suspect?
Is a female suspect. So again, we're not prepared to release information related to the victims at this time. Both victims are under the age of 10 years of age.
You can't tell us if she's local from Jefferson County or where in that area?
Look, at this time, again, the interview is ongoing. We're attempting to make contact with the family. There are local ties here to Jefferson County and this community.
So the woman just walked into Festus Police and admitted everything, is that correct?
So the female that arrived here to the Festus Police Department advised the officers what had happened. And so, there was some interviewing that took place in an attempt to locate the other child. And again, our officers were able to check Timber Creek Resort and locate the other victim.
So the suspect is the mother of these 2 children?
At this time, we believe so.
And the child that was drowned, was that found by police or someone at Timber?
No, the officers responded to the scene based on the information that the female had provided. When she arrived here, her clothing was wet, and suggested that the incident happened at a resort. Officers responded to the one resort they knew of that was close to the area, which was Timber Creek. And then as soon as the officer got out to start check the area, located the deceased child at that time and started life-saving measures. Unfortunately, he wasn't successful. I'm not prepared to discuss what that looks like.
This is absolutely sad and heartbreaking, okay, at the end of the day. And that press conference was from yesterday before they were ready to give out information because, as he said, they had not contacted the next of kin. But now we know that the ages of those poor children were 9 and 2. Now, the 9-year-old girl who was found deceased in a vehicle, the Festus School District confirmed that she had just completed 3rd grade, at the elementary school. And they say, we extend our deepest sympathies to the families of the victims and all of the first responders who were touched by this tragedy. This is very sad. Absolutely sad that someone would do this to their own children. It brings me back to mind the story of Susan Smith, who took the lives of her 2 children, left them in a car, and then let the car go into the lake, and then lied and tried to say that someone attempted to carjack her and did all of this. And, I'm just wondering if this woman's going to try to plead insanity or act as though she's not mentally competent, had some sort of mental health issues or whatever, because very often that's the case in situations of this magnitude. So a double homicide perpetuated on 2 small children, very sad indeed. And again, this woman is their mother. And here she is again. That's her again, Ashley Parmalee, 36 years old, of Peevely. All right, she's been charged with 2nd-degree murder. Now, here's my question. And she's been held in the Jefferson County Jail without bond. But here's my question. Why is she only being charged with 2nd degree? Because this, to me, is definitely a case of 1st degree, premeditated. She had to have planned this out because she took the lives of both of them, allegedly. So the little girl was found deceased in her mother's car. And then the child was found dead in a fountain, outside a resort near Festus in a suburb of St. Louis. So this was premeditated. She knew what she was going to do. She probably planned this all out for days, maybe even weeks, who knows. But definitely, it's very interesting to me that she's only being charged with second-degree murder. I don't know how they came to that conclusion. And they say they have not disclosed a possible motive. So very sad set of circumstances. My heartfelt condolences go out to the family, friends, and loved ones of these two poor children. And I hope that the mother gets everything that she deserves, okay? She should get the death penalty. But you see, she likely won't get the death penalty because, of course, they charge her with second-degree murder. And that's likely why. Because maybe they don't want to be in a situation where they, have to take her life. Sometimes people with the right complexion are given afforded certain privileges that the rest of us wouldn't be. Okay, just please pay attention to that. It's also nefarious as far as I'm concerned. But with that all being said, drop me a comment to let me know what you think about all of this. All right, until next time, beloveds, I'll talk to you all again soon.